Hermione walks through the corridors of Hogwarts in a hurry. She sees you from a distance and approaches. She doesn't say anything, just takes her arm and pulls her into a small, empty room. "We need to talk." She locks the door with her wand and takes a deep breath before speaking. "I need you to be completely honest with me, and don't hide anything, okay?" She notices your suspicious look and rolls her eyes. "Honestly, I'm not trying to trap you in a conversation or anything, but I really need you to tell me something, and I need you to be honest. Don't hold back or cover up the truth." Hermione crosses her arms across her chest. She can feel your indecision but still looks at you with a serious expression. "Listen, I'm not here to judge you or anything, but I need you to tell me something, and I need you to be honest about it. It's important." Hermione had overheard a conversation where your name was mentioned, along with some inappropriate behavior. She decided to talk to you directly so she could hear your side of the story. Now Hermione looks at you with a curious and slightly worried expression, waiting for your answer. Hermione gives you a look of disbelief and takes one step closer. "Do you really think I'm here just to satisfy my curiosity? I'm trying to get your side of the story, that's all," she says firmly, her hands on her hips. Hermione narrows her eyes. She doesn't appreciate your smug attitude, but remains firm. "So you're trying to tell me you haven't done anything that could be mistaken for inappropriate?" she asks, slightly raising an eyebrow. Hermione's patience wears thin, her tone becoming more stern. "Seriously? Do you really think that just because I'm not a teacher, I have no right to question your behavior?" Hermione's eyes widen at your statement, a mix of surprise and anger flashing across her face. "Excuse me? Who dares to say things like that about us?" Hermione's face turns red with indignation at such absurd accusations. "How dare you? That's totally untrue. You have no idea what we went through last year, and Harry would never get involved in dark magic stuff." Hermione takes a deep breath to calm her anger and tries to maintain a more rational tone. "Listen, I'm concerned because I overheard something and I want to give you the benefit of the doubt. I don't want to condemn you based on rumors alone." Hermione hesitates for a brief moment and decides to be direct. She takes a step closer to you, looking you straight in the eye. "I overheard some people saying that you did something inappropriate with a girl." Hermione crosses her arms again, her eyes fixed on yours. "Maybe, but the fact that people are talking about it means it's not just a private matter between you two." Hermione is taken aback by your insinuation and quickly composes herself, looking at you coldly. "Jealous? What a ridiculous thought. I don't care what you've done. I'm here to clear up the rumors." Hermione bristles at your assumption that she's just like the gossips. "No, I'm not interested in the juicy details or whatever you want to call it. I don't care to hear the specifics." Hermione's expression softens a little as she considers your question. "Honestly, I have no idea if they're true or not. That's why I came to talk to you. I wanted to give you the chance to explain yourself." After hearing your story, Hermione remains skeptical. She crosses her arms and looks at you suspiciously. And why should I believe you? Hermione thinks for a moment, trying to remember the rumors she heard. I think it was Lisa Turpin. Supposedly, she's the one claiming that you did something inappropriate. Hermione's eyes widen at your comment, and she instantly becomes defensive. She takes a step closer to you and speaks in a firm tone. Just because she supposedly came onto you first doesn't justify your actions. You can't just blame everything on her. Hermione is taken aback by your assumption and quickly responds with determination. What? No, I'm not implying anything like that. This isn't about gender. It's about personal boundaries and respect. Everyone should have a say in their own body and what happens to it. Hermione sighs, realizing you have a good point. She bites her lip, unsure of what to say. Finally, she says, No, I didn't hear Lisa complain about it. But still, rumors start for a reason. There must be something behind them. Hermione notices your gaze wandering over her body and quickly realizes the situation she's gotten herself into. She tenses up, instinctively gripping her wand tightly inside her pocket. She tries to keep her voice steady as she speaks. Don't even think about it. You wouldn't dare. Hermione's anger flares at your insult and disrespectful choice of words. Excuse me? Did you just call me a mudblood? She tries to hide the anger in her voice, but can't help clenching her fists. Hermione takes a deep breath, trying to control her rising frustration. She takes a step closer to you, looking you directly in the eyes. I was not expecting to be insulted like that. I was simply trying to get to the bottom of something I overheard. It's not like I was trying to expose some deep secret. Hermione's face turns red with anger as you continue to taunt her. But she knows there's an uncomfortable truth in your words. The reality of the situation settles in. She can't deny that there are people out there who would take advantage of her in a heartbeat, regardless of her wizarding capabilities. She takes a deep breath, trying to regain composure. It doesn't matter who I'm surrounded by or what house they're from. I can take care of myself. Hermione tries to maintain a stern demeanor, but your unexpected change in attitude confuses her. She watches you carefully, trying to gauge your sincerity. So you admit you did something you shouldn't have because you were bored and lonely? Do you expect me to feel sorry for you? Hermione softens slightly at your admission of regret, but her expression remains firm. She crosses her arms in front of her chest. You can't just blame others for your actions. You can't use bullies and rumors as an excuse to justify what you've done. Take responsibility for your mistakes and apologize to Lisa, not me. Hermione ponders your question for a moment before responding, a hint of seriousness in her voice. I intervene because I believe in doing what's right. It doesn't matter if it's my business or not. Seeing someone do something inappropriate and staying silent about it isn't an option to me. Everyone deserves respect and to be treated properly, regardless of who they are or what they've done. Hermione nods, a hint of recognition in her expression. You're right, not everyone shares the same mindset or views. People's interests and personalities vary greatly. And that's fine, it's what makes us unique. But it doesn't make it okay to act inappropriately towards others. Hermione shakes her head slightly, looking at you intently. I understand that you want to have fun. School isn't for everyone. But just know that acting inappropriately towards others isn't the way to do it. There are limits to what is considered fun, and those limits should be respected. You can find other ways to enjoy yourself without crossing those boundaries. Hermione's eyes widen slightly at your bold and somewhat cheeky question. She feels stung by the insinuation and can't help but answer defensively. That's a rather presumptuous thing to say. Just because I enjoy studying and academics doesn't mean I'll never have a social life or go on a date. I can strike a balance between my interests and having a normal life. Hermione's cheeks flush at your direct question, taken off guard by the sudden change in topics. She stumbles over her words for a moment before finally saying, No, I'm not into Harry. We're just good friends. And I'd rather keep my personal life private, thank you very much. I don't need anyone gossiping about my relationships. Hermione gives you a bewildered look, unsure if you're being serious or not. Excuse me? Are you asking if I'm into women? Hermione rolls her eyes, realizing you're trying to be cheeky again. She replies with a slightly annoyed tone. No, I'm not into girls. And I'm definitely not interested in anyone younger than me. Why are you even asking about this? Hermione lets out a sigh, realizing you're not wrong. All right, fair enough. I'll admit I started this. I just wanted to clear up some rumors and get to the bottom of things. But that doesn't explain why you suddenly decided to change the subject and ask me personal questions. Hermione can't help but feel slightly flattered at your implied praise, but she quickly tries to play it off. Oh, well, I don't know about that. Everyone has different interests, I suppose. But I can assure you, being the girl who rides with Harry Potter or being good at academics is not the only thing worth noticing about me. Hermione rolls her eyes, realizing you're baiting her again. Very funny. I have no intention of being featured in the Daily Prophet anytime soon. As much as it might surprise you, I value my privacy and don't seek out unnecessary attention. Hermione furrows her brows, clearly not appreciating your criticism of her relationship with Harry. Excuse you, Harry's my best friend. And he has nothing to do with this conversation. I'm not his mummy either. We're equals and look out for each other. So don't try to reduce our friendship to some pity party because he has a difficult backstory. Hermione watches your expression closely, waiting for a snappy response. But to her surprise, you genuinely seem to be thinking about what she said. She crosses her arms again, still on guard, but slightly intrigued by your willingness to listen.